Once upon a time, in the land of Lollipop Hills, there lived a curious squirrel named Nutmeg. Nutmeg had bright eyes and a bushy tail, and was famous for his fascination with the skies. Every morning, he would run up to the tallest tree in the forest and watch the clouds drift by, dreaming of flying amongst them. One sunny afternoon, while Nutmeg was collecting acorns, he befriended a wise old turtle named Mr. Tuck. Mr. Tuck loved to tell tales and had a treasure trove of stories from his adventures around Lollipop Hills. Nutmeg, who was always eager to listen to Mr. Tuck, sat down beside him, eager to hear about the turtle's latest escapades. "Ah, Nutmeg," Mr. Tuck began, "have I ever told you about the enchanted balloons?" Nutmeg's eyes widened, and he shook his head vigorously. "Well," said Mr. Tuck, "years ago, I discovered a magical tree with balloons instead of leaves. Anyone who grabs hold of a balloon is lifted high into the sky, floating with the clouds." Nutmeg's heart raced with excitement. "Where is this magical tree, Mr. Tuck? I want to see the clouds closer than ever before," he exclaimed. Seeing the young squirrel's enthusiasm, Mr. Tuck decided to guide him to the magical tree, which stood at the edge of the Whispering Woods. The journey to the Whispering Woods was filled with giggles and songs. Nutmeg and Mr. Tuck met many friendly animals along the way, like Lily the chattering chipmunk and Hoot the wise old owl. Each of them shared advice and wishes for a safe journey. Finally, they arrived at the edge of the Whispering Woods. There, glowing softly under the golden sun, stood the magical tree with vibrant balloons dancing gently in the breeze. Overwhelmed with joy, Nutmeg scrambled up the tree and grabbed a handful of balloons. Suddenly, he was lifted off the ground, soaring high above the treetops. Nutmeg laughed out loud as the wind tickled his whiskers. "I'm flying," he shouted with delight. Meanwhile, down below, Mr. Tuck watched with a warm smile, content that he could help Nutmeg fulfill his dream. After an afternoon of joyous flying, Nutmeg gently floated back to the ground, his eyes twinkling with the thrill of adventure. From that day on, Nutmeg often visited the magical tree with his friends, sharing the joy of flight and the wonder of the clouds. And thus, in the land of Lollipop Hills, a legend of the flying squirrel was born, inspiring many young animals to dream big and seek their own adventures.